I'm back. I'm back. I'm back. They love you. So they love you. They say you really be like destroying me. But hey, it's all good. We back. Let's set us up.
Destroying you.
In terms of our conversations, like our debates, you're you're good. So let's make it happen. I'm off. I barely got time. I'm off to Dubai.
Oh,
and yeah, like tonight.
Oh, okay.
So
we need to get.
I'm not in a rush. I mean, what time is it? 2?
It should be.
Yeah, it's about 2. I got time. I don't need to. I need to get down.
Okay.
Yeah. So all's well.
It's
It's good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm okay, man. I'm okay.
Where to Dubai now? Today.
Today.
For how long?
Like a week, and then I gotta stay down in London for like a week when I get back.
Okay.
So I got just stuff, you know.
Oh man.
But let me get this thing going, man. Let me see.
I'm supposed to. Me too. I'm planning to go to Congo.
You going to the Congo?
Yes, but I'm not. There are quite few stuff that I want to sort out first.
Okay.
Make sure that everything is alright here before I leave.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Otherwise, I would have.
How long are you gonna go to the Congo for?
2 months.
2 months.
Yes.
Okay, within those 2 months.
Tell you because
Within those 2 months, I expect you to message me, and
Yes.
then let me see if I'm free. If I'm free, I'm coming.
Yes, man.
If I'm
Yes.
free, I'm coming. If you're
That's
there,
it.
I'm coming.
That's
So
it.
let me see if I can maybe free up like a week
That's
and go.
cool. That's cool,
Cause
man.
then I'm coming. I want
Just
to
come
go.
even for a few days, man.
But she got to be big and busty though. If she can't walk with water on her head for a mile, I don't need her.
Yes, man. Ele quita, man. What?
Oh, I got a headache.
Ah, okay.
Let me just leave this here. Fine, you drop it. I got a headache, man.
Okay. It's kind of shit. Naanza nalita tu najua naanza kuyamwa. Anza mingi bwana. Ngoja ndapimauliza kwanza banki yangu. Wana unaweza daulia kwanza banki yangu kama mtazeti. Kesho kwa nizato bwana. Nizato. Zabure tu vile diba nizato. Daulia kwanza banki. C'est ça. Ok. Bon, bah, je vais suivre. Je vais confier à mes dessins. Ok.
It's,
Okay.
it sounded broken French. What were you speaking?
That's Swahili, man. It's
Swahili.
French, yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
I heard like haircut, a barbershop, kerfu. You know, I can hear like.
Yes,
I was like, it
yes.
sounded like broken French you were speaking.
That's it, man.
So you can speak Swahili,
Yes.
English,
English,
French,
Lingala.
Lingala. What's Lingala?
Lingala is a Congolese language.
Okay.
I can speak another language from Uganda.
Uh-huh.
I can speak a language from Rwanda.
No shit, huh?
Yeah, I used to speak also Dutch.
No shit.
But I forgot because I couldn't practice. I didn't have anybody to practice. And also it's a very tough language, man. It's difficult.
Well, yeah.
In Dutch. You don't even speak German.
No, I can speak a little German, but I don't. I mean, I can speak. Like, I can speak a bit of French. I can speak Italian. I can't say I can speak German.
Yeah.
But you know, I when they speak, and I can at least follow.
But
You know what I
I
mean?
think you might be good in
Oh, if I wanted to, that's the
if
problem.
you
I just
want-
never wanted to learn German.
Yeah.
I had plenty of opportunity to learn it. I just it's just one of those things where I'm going like, well, unless I'm after like a German girl, I don't see why I'd be trying to learn. So that's
Bro, I
just the
can't
problem.
tell you, I can't lie to you. Those are 2 languages
Uh-huh.
in this world, yeah,
Uh-huh.
which are very difficult. Dutch and German.
Mm.
Those
Yeah.
languages were difficult for me because you know, when we come from a French-speaking background, there are some languages that you can easily learn because
Yeah.
they are similar, like Spanish.
Portuguese, Spanish.
Yeah, and
There's a-
Italian, yeah. But the rest, it was difficult for me, man.
Yeah, bet.
Yeah.
Man, I don't know how you can speak so many languages, man.
Yes, bro.
I speak the language of love.
That's why I can survive in everywhere, man. Even
That's
in
all.
the
That's what I'm
jungle,
saying.
man.
Exactly. You can take me to the deep Congo. I can get by. I can speak the language
Yeah.
of love.
And you know the
At
good
least,
thing
at
with
least, at least the language of lust. How about that?
you know what, Carl? With you can survive everywhere because although you can't speak the language,
Uh-huh.
by your body language talks.
That's right.
And easily you can easily communicate with people. Yeah.
Don't let me drop the pants, boy. Woo! Nah.
I still remember the first time when the first day when you entered this shop.
So so the first time I came, do you understand? Like I was only like, whenever I moved to another country, right? The first thing I do is go find a black barbershop. That's the first thing I do. So when the day I walked in here, that was the same day. Like I arrived like midday. I came the next day. That was the very next day of arrival into this country, looking for a barbershop. You doggone right. I ain't about to be like, I ain't about to be out there looking like buckwheat, so I gotta find somebody who can cut my doggone hair. And like, it's easy in England, because there's like a lot of black barbers. But like when you're in France, like, you know, especially when I was in Paris, Paris was easier, but I had to go like really deep into Paris. But like when I was on the outskirts of Paris. It was impossible. I couldn't find anybody. So I had to always, whenever I wanted my haircut, I had to like go all the way into Paris, into this one street where all the black people was at. When I was in Italy, forget about it. You know how hard it was to forget about it. Forget about it. So in Germany, when I'm in Germany, I just have a guy come cut my hair. He comes to me. Because it was just like, I can't, you know.
Imagine, man.
You know.
That day, the first day when you came in, yeah?
Yeah.
I knew straight away that this guy is easy going, man. This guy can fit in any society. Because the first time, and you accommodate, okay, you were free to speak to anybody. I remember Rich used to see that guy, the guy who used to train him. He was there, and I'm the one who trained you first. He did. Yeah, and then you went, and then you came back. So it was good business. Oh man, that's cool. That's good.
So you got going for the rest of the week. It's pretty quiet in here today. I mean, it is Tuesday, but
very quiet. You know, January it's always like that.
Okay.
January, but last weekend I was very busy, man.
Yeah.
But January, I think people, I don't know, people don't spend money in January. Maybe they have already spent it during the Christmas time.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
I'm recovering from Christmas my damn self.
Yeah, man.
But I try not to, like for me, like Christmas I could care less.
Yeah.
Like my birthday, I could care less. Like I never have to do anything for my birthday. Never. I could care less.
You know, even Christmas, I try my best not to stress. Because at the end of the day, it's just a commercial.
It's a commercial thing. So for me, Christmas is like, okay, whatever.
Yeah, but you know, Christmas in Africa is okay. Now it has changed. But when we were growing up, man, it was typical Christian day.
Was it?
So that he could buy us some few stuff, yeah. But it was mostly enjoying family and church.
So one thing about Christmas, like living in England, that I've noticed is like it's a bigger deal. I don't want to say it's like not a big deal in America. It is a big deal, but it feels like a more bigger deal because, like America, we have Thanksgiving, so we get together as family, like only like 3.5 weeks before Christmas.
Okay.
And you have a big meal. Where in England, you guys don't have Thanksgiving, so people really want to get together and have these big meals for Christmas Day. Where for me growing up, for Christmas Day, we never had like no big meal.
Oh, really?
My mom would make like a big breakfast.
Really?
And dinner was like, shoot, we could have had McDonald's for dinner, or spaghetti. Really? We could have had whatever. I don't recall. On Christmas, I don't recall any like elaborate dinner for Christmas growing up. I don't recall a one. Because we do it for Thanksgiving. Like, why would we do a big old cook on 3 weeks prior, and then another big old cook 3 weeks later? Because when you do a Christmas dinner here, it's a big cook. Like people cook. It's more food than you know what to do with. And so that's how it is for Thanksgiving. So it's just a cultural difference, but it's not like the gift aspect is really big, just like it is here.
Really?
But I find in England, you have a more, especially given that like we had these lockdowns and stuff, people couldn't get together. People were really bummed about it. And me, I was just like,
So do they also spend money the way people spend?
Are you kidding me?
Yeah, like
America invented Black Friday.
Oh, yeah. I mean, on Thanksgiving.
Like Thanksgiving, I mean, how it came to be, I don't know. But how we're taught in school, you really do like you do a couple things. Like I know how I was taught. It was always like the Indians or Native Americans, as you would say. Like we would make like TP, like like feather cap, like paper cut type things.
Okay.
And you would have that, and then you'd have the pilgrims, and everybody would like get together, like you color these like pumpkin squashes and stuff like that. You're kind of taught like it's like a thing like the settlers who came broke bread with the Native Americans. How false that really is. I mean, that's just another false lie. But what it really is about, it's about the fall harvest. So it's all about the fact that you harvest the food around that time before you get into winter. And so since you're doing a fall harvest, you sit back and you're thankful for what the land is giving you. And then now it's morphed into you being thankful for your family, your friends that you get to see, because it's a big family gathering. Like nobody's one thing this whole pandemic's taught, we're not promised tomorrow. And so getting these family gatherings, you should be thankful for that. Because
So that's the main.
That's really that's the proper meaning of Thanksgiving. Is it's all based on the fall harvest, and then getting together and celebrating that. You gotta realize prior to like World War II, America was just, especially at the turn of the century, like World War I, prior to that, America was just like a farming country. There's a number of farming. Everybody was black people were sharecropping. It was another form of slavery. It's Black History Month. Did you know that?
No, what? No.
In America, it's Black History Month. You guys do Black History in October.
October, yeah.
But it's Black History Month in America.
Right. Okay. Wow. So this Thanksgiving event, is it for both black and white?
Everybody does it. Everybody does it. Okay. Shoot, my favorite thing to do is like when I got older, instead of going to my parents' house or stuff, I would go to other people's houses, get a plate from there, go get a plate from over there. We'd be driving around going to other people's houses.
Now in Africa,
and eating till like I'm stuffed.
In Africa, that's how we celebrate Christmas. You go and eat in different places. Yeah. Instead of for example, I remember when we were. It was really a must that you have to slaughter something. Yes. Yeah, we're not slaughtering it. Now, one thing that we eat in America, like I don't eat it. Like I always joke. I told when my grandmother was alive and stuff. I say this is, and I tell my uncle this. I say this is dying with you. Like I ain't eating this stuff. But like we eat like what's called chitlins. Have you ever heard of chitlins? No. So chitlins. I can smell it now. Okay. Oh my goodness. Like my mom eat it. My uncles eat it. My aunt. I ain't eating that crap. Really? I ain't eating that crap. But let me tell you what chitlins are. Okay. First off, it's a smell you can't get out of your sense. Really? I can smell it now. Okay. First off, I can smell the chitlins right now. But what they are, they're pig intestines. And so back in like, this is the theory or the story that you're told is back in slavery time, the slaves only had the leftovers, like whatever they didn't want to eat. So if you slaughtered a pig, you had to eat what they didn't want to eat. Yeah, like pig, the pig foot, you had to eat all that kind. You had to eat what was left. So they would eat the pig intestines. Yeah. And how you prepare the pig intestines is like this. First thing in the morning, my mom is gonna like grab these 2 red buckets, big old red buckets with a white cap, run the sink, fill the sink up. She usually do it the night before. Let's think about it. Do it the night before. And you take the chitlins and you have to clean them because it's the intestines. Yeah. So you got to clean out the intestines one by one. Like you have these 2 big old butts and they stink to high heaven. Like stink to high heaven. Yeah.
And then she doing it all in the house. Like, I'm outside. I ain't going. Like, I ain't gonna be up in the house. I'm outside. And so mom is gonna be cleaning the chitlins. And then it's like a soup kind of thing, you know? Like think of a Japanese miso soup, but then with like a bunch of intestines in it.
Yeah.
Chitlins, as they call it.
Okay.
But it stinks to having to prepare it, and then you cook it. It doesn't stink, but it's just, for me, I can't get over the fact what it is. You know what I mean? I always say, we not that poor. So why are we eating this? And I'm not that hungry to eat the pig intestine.
Yeah.
Like, I'm just not that hungry. Like, if I was hungry, you know, my mom always said, well, when you was a kid, you used to eat them. Well, that's because you was putting it in my face. Like, what choice did I have? I was 2, 3, 4 years old. I wasn't choosing to eat.
Now you can't eat.
Man, please, bro. Eat some chitlins, you out of your mind.
My
uncle loves it. Like, loves it. Loves it.
But you know, for me, I love the goat one. Goat intestine.
Goat intestine?
Yeah.
Oh, I never had that.
Yeah, really, yeah, that's
so they do that?
Common. Yeah.
Ah, really?
Very common.
Oh, yeah.
Goat and cow.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh man, it's sweet. Depending on how it's cooked.
Really?
Oh my goodness.
So you guys eat intestines of other animals?
Yes.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Nah, man, never. Like my mom, when I was a kid, right? I mean, my mom, like as a kid, like, you know, you'd be like, oh, I want steak. You know what I mean? And my mom used to like pass off liver as steak. And I remember one time she cooked, like, liver has a smell to it. And you could just smell it. And she would cook liver and serve it to us as like it was steak. It's steak, is what she would say. It's steak.
Yeah.
I would bite in that liver and be like, this ain't steak and this ain't what I want to eat.
Oh, man.
And she'd be like, you're not moving from this seat until you eat. 4 hours, exactly. You know, black mamas. You're not getting from this chair until you eat, right?
Is it in the genes?
It's in the genes, bro. I don't care where you at. My mama would be like, you're not leaving this chair. You're not moving from this table until you eat. And it would be liver cooked up. You know, like you would fry it like a steak.
I like that.
And I promise you, 2 hours later, I'm still sat there. I'm just going to bed hungry because I'm just not eating this liver. So like, I don't like liver. You know, this is not a thing for me.
You don't. I want liver. You like liver?
No. You know, don't get me wrong. Like I will try like anything once. Like once I try it, I'll try it. Just get over the novelty of it. You know, like I've had like chicken heart, chicken liver, zebra meat, ostrich burger.
Have you tried them?
Kangaroo burger.
Have you eaten them?
Yeah, I've eaten.
What about monkey?
I don't know about monkey.
Will you try it?
I would.
Yes.
I would try it.
Tried it, yeah.
But don't, you know, like if it's like this is the only meal. No, like I'm gonna eat it. I'm gonna have a bite, and then I'm gonna eat the rest of whatever the hell I was gonna eat. Like I'm gonna try it.
I ate monkey once, yeah. I didn't know that it was monkey.
It's something out of.
They just have it to us, yeah. It was the only meat there.
You're not a barber. You're like Indiana Jones.
It's only later when we are finished eating. This is, you know what you have eaten? Monkey. But curiously, it was sweeter than even the other. Since then I said no. Yeah. I'll never eat meat to a place where I don't know. Or I have to ask first which kind of meat to eat.
It's best, like, for me, it's like this. Yeah, I work this way. If everybody's getting ready to eat it, don't tell me what it is, and I'll try it. But once you tell me, it becomes this barrier that's like right here that is hard to get over. You know, I've eaten bugs and stuff like that. You know, I've tried it, you know. I ain't trying it, you know, just for the novelty of it.
Yes.
For the novelty. But don't make it like, Carl, here's your like main course meal, monkey brain. Like I ain't about to sit down and eat monkey. Like I ain't about to do that. But if you like, here's the smallest of taste. All right. If it's you know okay to eat it, I'll try it.
Yeah.
And then I'm gonna have the hamburger, or I'm gonna have a steak, or I'm gonna have a chicken. You know what I mean?
I think it's a psychology issues.
It's a mental block, bro.
It's a mental thing because even me, you know, when after eating that monkey, I felt like throwing out.
Exactly.
Just
because it's right here. The trigger's here. So I got it. Like you can't tell me until like it's all the way down.
Exactly.
And it's like an hour later. Because then I ain't about to throw it. But if you tell me now, I'm like, this got to come out now.
Because in reality, it never even affected my head.
Like I had horse. The first time I tried horse, like I wouldn't have eaten horse. But I tried it. I didn't know it was horse. And so I ate and I was like, oh, this is kind of sweet. It was like a sweety kind of meat. It was thin. And then it was like, oh yeah, it was horse. I was like, oh wow. I ain't had it since because it's just not my thing to eat horse. But I tried it. You know what I mean? I've had escargot.
Oh, that one I don't even. I know.
It's just like
I hate that one. Yeah.
I've had escargot. I've had it a few times. To be fair, I've eaten it a few times. So it's not like I've just tried escargot. I like ate escargot. But it's like it's a mental block.
What about snakes?
I haven't had snake meat. No, I would eat it if I had to.
Yeah.
If I was hungry enough, I'd eat whatever.
They say that it tastes like fish.
I bet it does taste like fish.
Yeah.
I bet it does taste like fish.
Yes, man. Oh man, I hate snakes.
Hold on, let's check out the comments. Let's see. I think I saw a comment. Let's see what we got. Hey, Carl, hope you're doing good. I am. Thank you, Madman Scans. Nice, Carl. Just eating my late lunch. Yes, eat that lunch. I only learned about Mary C. Cole when my children started school. We were never taught that when I went to school. I missed that part. Yeah, people sit down having their lunch.
Oh, okay.
But when people watch, like people end up watching, people watch these things like later.
Really?
Sometimes. Oh yeah, and then I get a lot of comments. It's hard to keep up with the comments, but one guy, I think it was Howard. It might have been Howard or somebody else, because I got a few people who watch, pretty regularly. And they said like, yeah, Ziggy like Ziggy just like, he's like your equal. Like he's you met. They said, Carl, you met your match.
Maybe the
especially because I think last time we were here, we were talking about religion. And stuff like that.
Yeah. Because that point, nobody can win you. Nobody can win you on that one.
See, religion, I don't mind the conversation. I don't mind the debate about it all. It's just like people like I have an issue with fanatics on religion. I don't care if a person want to believe whatever they want. I got a problem with fanatics. Anybody that's prepared to like kill somebody for not believing in something that is like literally next to impossible to prove without reasonable doubt. Why would you go to such great lengths of like wanting to blow somebody up or stab somebody? And it's not just, it's the crazy thing. People think it's just like Muslim people. It's not. It's like Christians, fundamentalists do it. Man, it's ridiculous. I don't know why people would do such a thing.
All those things.
For a promise that you can have faith, but you can't prove it without a shadow of a doubt. Because it'd be one thing if it was like a realm we could go visit and come back, but I need to make sure I live right and get there.
Yeah. You're right, because even what caused people to fight about that kind of discussion is fanatism. When somebody is fanatic, you can't even this can be red. This is golden, and you tell him this is golden. A fanatic will not say no. It's red.
It's red. Exactly. They believe whatever somebody tells you. And you see it in cults.
Exactly.
You see it in just
and those guys, I think they are in all aspects of life. It's not only about religion. Somebody who
you can be brainwashed about.
Exactly.
People get brainwashed in anything, man.
Yeah.
In a lot of stuff.
True.
And it's sad. It's sad that we live in a society where people can fall prey to, I think, information based on weak empirical evidence. Like I was saying to somebody a couple weeks ago, it's fine to be skeptical, but not all things require such high skepticism. It's fine to be skeptic. It's fine to be like, let me doubt what you're saying. But not everything rises to the level where people have to be so fanatic about it and can't accept new information when it comes in. Be skeptical of what I tell you. But it's like saying if I told you it's raining outside, you could be skeptical about it. But it shouldn't rise to a point where you're like so fanatical that the book says it will never rain, so thus it can never rain. Like just go verify. Like it shouldn't rise to such a level.
Yeah. True. Now for all time I always
I gotta eat something. I ain't eating all damn starving.
I'm hungry, man. Maybe.
Yeah, I'm gonna go grab a bite. I'm gonna go grab I go to the gym like every day and I'm trying to eat. I'm not trying to lose weight.
Oh, okay.
I went to the gym earlier today.
Okay.
And
maybe you get something from that Jamaican.
well, no, I'm just gonna get a sandwich. Like I only eat like for lunch. I only eat like a ham sandwich.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you know what I believe, Carl, is everybody should have an opinion, and that opinion has to be respected. But when now people start thinking that their own opinion is priority to others, because you know what, yeah?
No.
You know I'm saying that.
I hear what you're saying. I don't know.
Right,
Let me cut you.
an explanation. Yeah,
No, I disagree.
Why I'm saying that? Because you know we are each one has got his own way of understanding things. Yeah, especially information. Each one treats it according to his own opinion. So, what can be, for example, somebody will come and tell you because I like pepper. And it's too hot, I come and tell you, oh no, God,
it's hot.
It's sweet, it's nice, it's good for your health. But if you try it, you go to the toilet, you see? So.
No, but I want to get back to a point you just said. Everybody's opinion should be respected. I agree but disagree. Because there's people right now who can come in here and tell you the world is flat. They have an opinion, a belief, a genuine held opinion. There's no reason to accept nor respect such an opinion. They're free to have said opinion. They're free to have said facts, but it's not a fact. And it's not an opinion. So I don't have to respect such a thing. I would just look at you and say you've been misinformed.
Yeah, but you know,
so I would disagree that everybody's opinion is equally valid. Everybody's opinion isn't equally valid, but everybody should have an opinion.
Yeah, but you know,
it's not equally valid.
Yeah, you know, opinion is something that's a judgment that you think about something. But you know, personally, I believe that sometimes information can be biased.
No doubt.
Most of the times, yeah?
No doubt.
Even the history can be biased.
Oh, history is 100% biased.
Yeah,
the 100% biased. History is 100% biased. It's written by the victors and it's written by the story they want to tell.
Exactly. If you do if for example, you come and tell me, or I come and tell you, hey, Carl, somebody has been stabbed in town there. Yeah? If you can ask me, have you seen it? If I tell you that I was an eyewitness, I think there is some you can start believing in him. But if I tell you no, somebody told me, automatically you have to doubt it.
Oh, me, I throw out once I hear. Okay, let's be for me. Secondhand information is not firsthand knowledge.
Yeah.
So I'm already skeptical.
Yes.
My skeptical receptions are up.
Yeah.
I was told that John Doe did X. Well, you were told. So who told you? Let me talk to that person.
Exactly.
However, for a person that deals with court and stuff quite a lot, firsthand eyewitness testimony is the worst testimony. It's the worst.
Eyewitness, yeah.
Eyewitness is like the worst testimony.
How?
Because you don't have a reference to who that person is. Like I can say I saw something, but then if I ask you more details, like a person just walked by this glass and you were looking out there. What color coat did he have on? Did you see the guy? I saw him. But did you see him? What kind of coat did he have on? There was a lady that just walked by just now. Did you see the color coat she had on? No, but you were looking. You were eyewitness to this lady that walked by this big old window. This ain't a little window. It's a huge window. This window is 12 feet, maybe even 10 feet tall. You didn't see him, but I saw that he had a light blue coat on, a sky blue coat on. He had blonde hair. There was a lady that walked by, had a brown coat on. You miss a lot of stuff, especially something that happens super fast, because you're not prepared to take it all in. Now if you know the person, you have a reference of, I saw John Doe do X, Y, Z, and I can point John Doe out because I know John Doe. This is a person I see every day of the week. Of course, that's a more believable eyewitness testimony. But for me to just come out and say, oh, I saw this person do it, they could put in 10 people in front of you, and you would pick out the wrong person because you don't have a reference in your head to who that person is. You just thought who you saw, and they'll bring in people that look very similar. You'd be like, I might have been this person, it might be that person. And once you say it might, you don't know. But if it was me and you saw me, you'd be like, yeah, I saw Carl right there. Because you know me. You see me, you have a reference to me. So eyewitness testimony is valid, but it has to go, it's a higher form that you need to actually be believable. Because you need to have a better relationship with the person you saw.
Yeah, also another
what you saw.
I look at it another angle. What you say is correct. But there are sometimes, as you said, something which has happened very fast.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
ultra fast.
Yeah, and also just one guy stabbing another one there, one there, and then he was wearing this, as you said. Yeah, but it depends on the details that the witness has given. If the witness doesn't know the name of this guy, he doesn't know him, but he has seen, he has recognized the face.
You might not know his name.
Yeah.
But he's seen him enough times to be like,
yes.
It was John Doe.
Yeah. Because there are people have got so many skills. Because you.
But you see how you're getting close. But even though you might not, I'm not saying you have to know everybody's name. But do you see how you're getting closer from? Oh, there was a guy that just walked by here, and I can point him out if the police brought him to him. But could you? Yeah. But then it's different from like you bring it from that to saying, well, I've seen this guy 50 times a day. I see him all the time. I don't know his name, but I seen him. I know what he looked like. He walked right by, he was standing right there. Yeah. So I could say it was that guy because, why? Because I'm closer to the person. I know more of the person. But any random dude on the street, how can I point you out?
Right. You're right. You're right. That's why I think it's even difficult to find the criminal, the right one, when it comes to court.
There's 5% of people in America in prison right now who are innocent.
Only 5.
At least they estimate 5% innocent
more, man.
Because they're in there on eyewitness testimony.
And also, I still believe that real criminals, because they call the criminal aspect of these things. Criminal can easily walk free, and innocent goes inside. It's just a matter of knowing the rules. I remember there's something you were telling me before, yeah. Remember that when we had that conversation and you were the one telling me how if you know you're right.
If you know your rights,
yes.
Yeah.
You
gotta realize court,
yeah.
Like I just won a court case today. And so I was involved in a court and we won today. But in court, court is just pure theater. Yeah. It's pure theater. Exactly. It's not about right, wrong, it's pure theater. Who can tell the best story and that's who's gonna win. It's pure theater out there, right? But when it comes to criminal law, right? You got to respect your rights at all times. Be quiet. You don't need to speak to no police officer. Cop can come in right now. I got nothing to say. I got nothing to say to you. Because if I'm free to go, like if a cop came in right now, are you free to go? The first question, am I free to go? Because if I'm free to go, I'm just going to get up and leave. Because I don't care what they're trying to do up in there. I ain't trying to be up involved in it. And I'd be like, fine, I'm just going to go with a half haircut.
And I remember it helped me a lot, yeah, because that's even how police officers they can easily catch somebody. Now, when you know how it works, even if you're a criminal, you can easily dodge.
Let me tell you a true story that happened to me. Story time, true story. I'm living in Italy. I'm learning I'm dancing. So I like to dance salsa. So I was doing more salsa dancing at the time, right? And me and my friend who I work with, we go to a salsa club.
How are you?
In the salsa club is 150.
I'm looking for this salon, Fine Touch.
Just next door. Yeah, the ladies.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. They messed up here last time, yeah?
The salsa club is like 150 meters that way. Like I'm living here, I can walk to the salsa club. It's no more than, I'm gonna say 200 meters that way. I go up in there and everybody's white. I'm the only black dude up in there. I'm just like, my friend was like, hey, there's a salsa club nearby you where you're staying. Let's go check it out. I wasn't doing anything. I was like, let's go. No problem. So he comes to my house. We walk to the salsa club. I ain't never been there a day in my life. Didn't even know it was there. We there. Little do I know, the night I'm there, The police raid the whole place. Apparently, the owner of this place is like selling drugs and coke all throughout. Because you realize in Italy, there's like a lot of mafia people. The mafia is around. You probably just don't notice, but they there. So this place, this dude is dealing drugs all in there. I'm in the club, I'm in the salsa club just dancing like everybody else. Police come in, raid the whole lot, the whole thing. I'm like, damn, what's going on? They won't, everybody was free to go. Everybody's walking out the exit. Everybody, they let everybody. My friend, out the exit. Everybody. Me, no.
Wow.
Me, no, I couldn't leave. I couldn't leave. They was like, you gotta stay. And I'm playing dumb like I don't speak Italian. I'm like, hey, I don't know what the hell's going on. Why? Well, I'm just talking in English. But I hear what they're saying. They would not let me leave. They was like, everybody else flow out. But they grabbed the owner, they grabbed the bartender, they grabbed all those people, and they treated me like I was part of this. I had no idea what the hell this guy was doing. Raided the whole joint. And I was just like, look, I'm remaining silent. I ain't got nothing to say. And I was like, I ain't got nothing to say. I ain't got no involvement in what's going on. And all these other people were saying how I was just dancing like everybody else. Like they were saying you're being racist to this guy. And I was like, I was just there dancing like everybody else. I ain't never been there a day in my life, and I ain't never went back. And it just was like, I was like, look. And this is like right around the Amanda Knox thing too that was going on. I was like, look, I ain't got nothing to say. And if you want to talk to me, you need to call the embassy. And then I'm gonna give you a lawyer, and then I'm gonna talk through my lawyer, because I ain't got time for you to make up some elaborate hoax and some elaborate scheme, put me in the middle of this drug thing that's going on. They did like a full drug raid of this place. I'm talking like 50 cops everywhere. It was a random night I go. And so like I just was like, I'm just an advocate of like protecting your rights. Don't speak to the cops under no circumstance. I don't, if you're in a foreign country or in your home country, do not speak to the cops. Now, if you need them, you talk to them. Like if I needed a cop, I'd go talk to a cop. But if they coming into a place looking for criminals, I ain't got nothing to say. I ain't got nothing to say. So what turned into like a night was supposed to be a couple night of just dancing and maybe finding some girls and hooking up with some girls, turned into this long ordeal where I'm in there being interrogated. I'm like, look, I don't care what you ask me. I got nothing to say. I'm not going to tell you who I am. I'm not going to tell you why I was here. You got to do your investigation, do your investigation. If I'm forced to give you my ID, I'll give you my ID. But I ain't going to tell you nothing. I ain't tell you where I live, what I do. No. So it turned into this long ordeal, all because I wanted to go dance, and I was the only black guy in the damn dance hall. And they raided it the same night I was there. Random, just a random thing.
Wow. So how did you manage to do the place?
By staying quiet until they was like doing their checks, and they let me go. Cause I was like, look, I ain't telling you nada.
Wow. You see?
I almost forgot about this story. I was with my buddy Edmund. He's Puerto Rican, and so he dances salsa. So me and him went.
You know, Italy is too racist. Those guys in all Europe, those guys, they don't like black people.
No, not my experience in Italy. No.
Yeah.
I would say in the north you could see more racist people, but not in the south where I was at. No.
Italy, wow. You see even there in the sports, there's sports, whether it's football or whatever. You don't see black people, and the one who can be among them will be always mistreated and bullied by his own teammates.
I don't know. I'm not close enough to sports out here to pay attention. Like I couldn't tell you the last time I watched a football match out here.
They had a guy, only one black in that team, Balotelli, Mario.
Oh, I love Balotelli.
Yeah, you see how they treated him, man. They forgot all the effort the guy has done for the country. I know, as
So this is why I was telling you, there's no reason. There's no reason on this entire earth to ever talk to the police. There's not a reason. You can't even name one. You couldn't give me a reason.
Yeah, I get you, man. They're not your friends.
I'd be like, lawyer, please. I will talk to you through a lawyer. If you wanna.
And I think we'll tell you.
I could have got caught up in some whole drug trafficking ring. All because my friend calls me and tells me to come to a fucking salsa club. I had nothing to do with none of that. I don't do drugs. I don't sell drugs.
You say that, you say that, you say that then.
Yeah, I said I'm just here dancing. That's the only bit I was saying. Was like, I'm just here dancing like everybody else. Like everybody else.
Wow. No man, that's good. It's good to know all those kind of things, you know, because the police, they use psychology to catch somebody.
The police use people's ignorance of the law to get them. I'm not saying that doesn't make them bad people. I'm not saying that they're bad. They got a tough job. But that don't mean I gotta help you do your job. Why I gotta help you investigate me?
Exactly.
That's my take. I'm gonna help you investigate me. So if you got something on me, I'll talk to the person and maybe now let's make a deal.
You better do your own investigation.
Yeah, I'm gonna help you investigate me. Yeah, all right.
Man.
Makes total sense in upside down world.
Yeah. And you know that's what happened even in black community in this country. The police they use that kind of ignorance. Because you know many black people, especially African, those guys are innocent. They never been even in any situation with the police. So as soon as they see the police, the only thing they want is to try to defend themselves.
Everybody try to defend themselves.
Exactly.
That's the thing. You be talking to the police trying to defend yourself, and I'd be like, you just giving them, you giving them time. You gotta realize, cops are looking for like a few things. One is opportunity. Were you there? Like, were you there? Did you have the opportunity to do it? Motive.
Yeah.
What motive? Oh, everybody knows John Doe up the street. I mean, I didn't really like him, but I don't know why he got XYZ, why somebody would do this to him. You know, oh yeah, I was there. You would say something like that. Yeah, I saw him I saw him like 30 minutes ago. Well, that 30 minutes fits within the window of whatever happened to John Doe. All the cop would have heard, you were around him 30 minutes ago and you didn't like him. That's all they're gonna hear. So you have motive and you have the opportunity.
Yeah. And they also twist what you're saying.
That's the part of the twisting. Yeah. It's like you're saying that, yeah, I saw John Doe 30 minutes ago.
Yeah.
And you know, I mean, I didn't like him. Most people didn't like him, but he didn't have to go, you know, they didn't have to do this to John Doe. But then all the cop heard was, damn, so you were around him 30 minutes ago. Oh, you know, and then you might say, yeah, nobody, this is what they'll say. You'll say like, I saw him 30 minutes ago. Nobody really liked him, but he didn't have to like be shot. They'd be like, I never said he was shot. You know what I mean? Who said he was shot? Who said he was dead? Who said that? But you've given them what they know. Like, who said he was dead? Who said he was shot? You said he was shot. Where did that come from? So you were around him 30 minutes ago. You didn't like him, and you knew he was shot.
Yeah.
Huh? That's all they hear. So that's how they get you. And then they start building a whole case around you. Like, could you have been there? Could you have gotten there? They'll be like, do you have cameras in here so I can prove that you were in this room for 2 hours straight and had no chance to do it? But then they say, maybe you didn't do it. Maybe you hired somebody. Oh, you deal in cash. Oh, yeah, I got a lot of cash. I do these. Bro, they make a whole fucking story. And people might think it don't happen. It happens all the time.
Every second.
And I always tell people, I don't got 20 years to spend in jail to then be found innocent. No, thank you.
That's true, man.
I'm not signing up for that. I'm not signing up for the do 10 years and then we'll get the Innocence Project to prove that you were innocent the whole time. No, thank you.
Yes, man.
Money you can get back. Time you can't.
That's true. That's true. That's true. It's very, very, very important people to know the law, how the law, how it works. Oh man. You know the thing you said, yeah. I said, you know, last time when I came from Africa, yeah. My neighbor, next door neighbor, they were new in that apartment. So they never knew that the next door had somebody in, because I was not around. Now when I came back at night, I started hoovering. I was hoovering, and then you know when you are hoovering, the hoover can hit sometimes, and then the neighbor. Oh, now after a few minutes, I heard some people banging on the door. Boom, 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 boom. Boom. I came, I saw the police. I said, what's wrong? All these guys are here. And then I went and opened. First thing when I saw a group of police entering my house. That was just.
Why would they enter in your house in the first place?
The question.
They know put cops stepping foot in the house, period, without a warrant.
Now the first question. Do you live here?
No, I don't need to answer that question.
Why do you ask me the question?
I don't need to answer that question. I'm here. Do I live here? I'm here. I've opened the door. I don't need to answer no question. Do I live here? No. Next question. What's your next question? And it doesn't matter the question they ask you. It just, okay. You said I'm just going to remain silent. So I don't care what you ask me. And I'm not saying to be like I'm saying, police have a tough job. I'm not saying they're saying don't be nice and friendly. I'm not saying you got to be an a-hole. I'm just saying that you just got to assert your right in a respectful way and just say, listen, I'm just going to remain, I'd like to remain silent. I don't want to incriminate myself in any way. So I've been advised by my lawyer not to speak.
I didn't know what I did. Yeah, I asked them why are you asking me that question? Oh, because the next door neighbor said that she had some noise as if it is the burglars in the house. The only answer I said, look, I live here, this is my home. Oh, can you, how will you know? I said, go and we'll say,
nope.
Their neighbors, yeah, go and find answer. I'm not gonna, there's nothing I can tell you.
Don't let them in your house.
Yes.
And don't answer no questions.
Yeah, man.
Period.
Imagine.
Period.
Oh, man. And the problem with them, there are some of them, of the police, who uses now their hatred.
I don't want to go that far and say hatred, but
no, you know what? Because they go beyond their responsibility.
I do have a problem with people going beyond their responsibility.
Because when somebody, a neighbor has called a person and said that a burglar would not, first of all, open the door for you. Yeah? You see, common sense. If somebody told you that there is a burglar here, and they came, the light was on, and then the neighbor told us, you should know that a burglar cannot open the door for you. Therefore, I'm not a burglar. So now, when you start questioning me about my personal life, means that you're using now you're abusing your power, because your power was to come.
Well,
and
let's
check
be
if
clear.
there is a burglar.
Well, see, I won't say abuse. Let's be clear. Just like I always tell I always run into problems at the border in this country. And I always tell them, I feel respectful. I say, look, you can ask me anything, just like I can ask you anything. So it's not an abuse of their power, because at the end of the day, they're just asking. Now, it's an abuse of power if they're trying to demand you to do something, demand you to say something. But just like I could, last time at the border, I said, I could ask you, what's your wife's name? Like I was talking to the guy, I was like, what's your wife's name? I can ask you. I can't demand it. What did you eat for dinner last night? I can ask you. Just like they're asking me, I said, you can ask me whatever you want. Where did you go? Why did you go? What did you do? Where did you stay? You can ask. But I'm not obligated to answer any said question. So it's not necessarily abuse of their power, but it's like they push the boundaries, because once you start demanding, that's when they're abusing the power.
Because the way I interpreted that abuse of power is when you're asking me questions which are not relevant to
right here. Oh, I get it. But see,
because for example, as you say, you give an example. You find me in a situation, you start asking me about the name of my wife.
Was that doing anything?
Nothing.
What did that got to do with the cost of oranges? That's what I tell them.
Because
I said it before.
Even at the court, if you have been taken to court for a specific reason, the judge will only deal with that reason. Even if you have got other crime that you have
They're there
committed.
for that one reason.
Yeah. So that's why I think that when they start questioning me about something which has got nothing to do with what they came to see me, it's an abuse. Well, they have no right.
They can always ask. They have a right to ask, because just like I can ask anybody anything.
Yeah.
I can, it's not a crime to ask a question.
And I managed to deal with them because of what we discussed the other day about the right of not telling them, not responding anyhow, because they will use that whatever you say against you. Especially when you said you're the one who reminded me that statement when they arrest you, when you have had enough information, they tell you, okay, you are under arrest. Everything that you're going to say will be used against you.
More or less, they say.
So why did you have to ask me?
It's more or less. That's what they're gonna say. They're gonna say. Here they say like you're the caution and whether anything you rely on. I say, look, I'm not relying on anything. I'm not gonna tell you nothing. So I'll wait until I talk to a lawyer to rely on any information. I ain't playing no games. I see too many innocent people get caught up. I done seen too many and I don't care. I'm not saying that I love the police. I'm not sitting there saying the police are bad people. I don't have that view. I don't sit here and say the police are bad or corrupt. I'm not saying that at all. I'm not saying that about this country for sure. I'm definitely not saying that. But I will say you have to assert your right. And people, you got these auditors. Sometimes they're like a-holes. I don't get why you got to be so mean and an asshole about it. But at the same time, you should always insert your right. But I think you can be. Just like because if they're asking you questions, then it means you're having a conversation. They're trying to engage you in a conversation, and you have the right to tell them that you're not prepared to enter into a conversation with them, and you'll be about your day.
Yeah,
and that's it. That's how it should just end. It doesn't have to be this confrontation.
Because the problem is what, Carl, you are right to say that you're a police, they are not that bad, but there are those few ones, the few bad ones, have destroyed the trust of others. Because when you see, for example, your friend, your relative being treated wrong, the way it shouldn't be treated by a police officer.
I get it.
In your mind, you straight away think, oh, I don't trust police officers because of what one individual has done to one. And the other one who comes with the uniform, you think, oh, they are all the same.
I get it. I get it. I get it. Another problem we have in the community, and just people in general when it comes to the police. You might remain silent, but then your loved one won't remain silent. So this is a message that you have to say, I'm not saying anything, and guess what? You're not saying anything. Because if you just say, if you refuse to tell them where you were at with John Doe, but then your loved one comes and says, yeah, I saw him with John Doe 30 minutes ago. He didn't like him, but he wouldn't have had him shot. They didn't put you in it. So it's not only that you got to be quiet, you got to tell your loved ones to shut the L up. So it's like you got to have that conversation not only with yourself, you got to have it with everybody else. Shut up. Quiet.
Yeah, man.
Quiet.
Yeah.
No, don't say nada, because they looking for motive and opportunity. That's it. They got motive and opportunity, they'll build a case around you for anything.
That's true. And another thing, I don't blame our people.
Because court is a theater. It's not about finding right. They don't necessarily find right and wrong all the time. A lot of stuff is like easy. You know who did it.
Yeah.
They say, we know who did it. We just got to give you your court date, because you can have a valid defense. You might have been crazy. You got some defense. You're entitled to a defense. So sometimes it's not about, we know you did it. We just want to hear your defense of why you did it.
Yeah.
But then sometimes they don't have a clue who did X, Y, and Z.
Yeah.
They don't have a clue. They don't have a Scooby-Doo clue until you or your loved one open up and say, didn't know that. Didn't know Ziggy was around John Doe 30 minutes ago. Didn't know that. Didn't know that. And that's how they get you, man.
Oh, man. Sometimes it's good to talk about this issue.
It is. It's good to talk.
There are plenty of people who don't know these things. Many people. And
I told plenty of people. I said,
even there, people.
After from my lesson, especially with Italy, I've told more people. I've said, like, you never, like in America, it's different. In America, you can get arrested, and they can have me in a room and you in a room, and they'll come in your room and say, Carl's in there telling me that this, and that, and I ain't said nothing. So I've always told my dad and other people, I said, look, I don't plan to get in trouble. I don't plan to be in any trouble. But the one thing, if a cop ever comes in there telling you that Carl is saying this, that you already know they lying. Because Carl's not speaking, period. Because I'm not there to make even if I am in trouble, even if I know I did it, I'm not there to tell you, the police officer. I'm going to have my lawyer tell the charging people, the prosecutor, and they can work out a deal, and then then I'll tell you what I did. Because it's like, you can get a deal. The prosecutor and your lawyer can say, Carl, you did. Like I can talk to my lawyer. I did X, Y, Z. I know I did it. I'm guilty. How are we gonna defend me? Go get it. I'll be telling my lawyer, go make a deal with the prosecutor. So I only have to do a year, 2 years, 5 years. They'll go work the deal, and then I'll go tell them, yes, I did X, Y, and Z. But why would I tell the police I did it? Because now I ain't got no cards to play. Exactly. I just gave all my cards away. Exactly. This is saying I know. This is in a situation where I know I did it. I did whatever the hell they saying they trying to accuse me of. I did it. But why would I tell the police officer? Because they not the person who can make the deal. Person that can make the deal is above them. My lawyer and the prosecutor got to talk. And they'll make the deal. And then maybe I can get 2 years, 5 years, 10 years, 20, whatever the sentence could be. But if I go tell the police officer, I did it, and this is how I did it, and this is why I did it, well, guess what? When I go to court, there's no deal to be made. The judge is just going to throw the book at me. So if the sentence is 25 years, 25 years you're going to get. But if I didn't tell the police officer, I could get a deal for 10 years. So I'd rather do 10 than 25. If I got to do it, I'd rather do 1 than 10. I'd rather do 2 than 5. And so that's the thing. Exactly. And in America, they hand out 20-year sentences like candy. Like candy.
It's 20.
They handed out 20-year sentences. 20. 20 for you, 20 for you. But let's see what everybody's saying. Zig, I'm about to get out of here.
All right. How many people did you have?
We got quite a few people here. But last video did about 1,000 people. Not all at one go. Like this video, like not everybody's going to watch like in one go.
Yeah.
But like people will watch it later, and so you might get like 1,000 views. But all right, Ziggy, I'm out of here, buddy. Okay, I'll see you when I get back. All right, and we out. Let's check this comment section. I'm out of time. I'm now definitely running late. Definitely 100% running late. I'm starving. Absolutely starving. Woo. I think I've carried the video on too long. But thank you guys for riding with me. Thank you for your comments. Thank you for all of that. And so I'm about to get in this car. Man, I need to get something to eat. I'm starving. Oh man, let's go. Mary Seacold. I'll try to do one on that. I'll look into that. Let me do a screenshot real quick of this name. Got the. So then I got it, and then I'm getting out of here, guys. See you later. Peace.